Here at Kooyong. I dare say most fans have their thoughts on who is going to win. I don't think there's any doubt who the favourite will be amongst the crowd, but let's go down to Gary to introduce the players.
Now the players for the 1980 Marlborough Australian Open Championship Final. Brian Teacher and Kim Warwick.
As Kim Warwick comes out, he'll be thinking, can I repeat the victory of this morning over Guillermo Vilas? It's certainly his biggest prize in a tournament. The goal of capturing a Grand Slam title, and as Brian Teacher told you, Donald, it's his biggest challenge as well.
Well, you don't know. It's a funny situation. You don't know which way it'll affect Teacher or Warwick for that matter. Warwick has played 2 sets, very hard, tension-packed sets to beat Vilas. And when you beat the defending champion, that's saying something. And he beat him 6-4 in the 5th set. Vilas could not stand the pressure at 4-all. We saw him suddenly serve 2 double faults and miss an overhead and then miss an easy high backhand volley, which he never misses. And Warwick got through holding serve the next game to win the match. So you really don't know coming out here whether that 2-set play will make Warwick confident and comfortable, already having warmed up and relaxed a bit playing out here, or whether there'll be a terrific letdown, because clearly that's the biggest one of his match, and now he's got to go out and do it all over again some 3 hours later against a rested Brian Teacher.
Kim would have been hitting up in any case, but of course you don't have the tension during a hit-up as you do in a match, do you?
Plus the ecstasy of winning that match and shaking hands, going in the locker room, having lunch, and getting through to your first final. Teacher is a notoriously slow starter, and I think that will favor Warwick if he can get right into it to start with.
Peter McNamara took the first set from Teacher, but Teacher very quickly got back into the match to win it in 4. So, Brian Teacher, Kim Warwick. Let's go down to Gary Wilkinson at courtside for biographies of both players.
The player at the northern stand end of the court is appearing in his 5th successive Grand Prix tournament final. He was a finalist in the Seiko Classic in Hong Kong in October. Followed that up by reaching the finals of the Grand Prix tournaments of Bangkok and Taipei, and was also a finalist in the Nabisco New South Wales Open last month. That was his 2nd time to reach that final. He was a runner-up there in 1977 to Roscoe Tanner. He was also a finalist in 1977 in the Adelaide Men's Classic. He was a finalist previously in the Seiko World Super Tennis Tournament in Tokyo. He's won on grass the Hall of Fame tournament at Newport, Rhode Island in 1980. Apart from his final finishes in the tournaments I've already mentioned, he was a finalist in the Jack Kramer Open in Los Angeles. He also won the doubles at that tournament, was a semi-finalist at Manchester, and won the doubles at the ATP Championships and at the Players International in Canada. In this tournament, his victories have been over fellow American Chris Mayotte, Uli Martin from West Germany, John Austin from the United States. In the quarterfinals, he defeated Paul McNamee of Australia, and in the semi-finals, he defeated Peter McNamara of Australia. He's from the United States, Brian Teacher. His opponent won the South Australian men's title in 1979 and was a quarter-finalist at New South Wales in the same year, and with Wojtek Fibak took out the Australian doubles title. He was a semi-finalist in '79 in the Australian Indoor Championship. In singles this year, he's been a finalist in the Swiss Open, semi-finalist in the German Indoors, finalist in the Queen's Club tournament where he defeated Vitas Gerolaitis. He was a quarter-finalist in the Hortico Championship at Frankston, a quarter-finalist at Bangkok and in New South Wales. He's won 3 doubles championships this year in partnership with Mark Edmondson, including the Italian Championships and the Surrey Grass Court titles. And he defeated Fritz Buning to take out the South African Open title. In this tournament, he's eliminated Ross Case, John Fitzgerald, Victor Amaya, Bill Scanlon in the quarterfinals. And earlier today, you saw him complete a semi-final victory over the defending champion and #1 seed Guillermo Vilas. From Sydney, Kim Warwick. The umpire for the singles final match in the Marlborough Australian Open is Mr. Max Atkins.
What's that?
Coffee.
Two minutes, gentlemen.
I want something to eat. I want something to eat.
Up the other chair. It's up the other end.
Brian Teacher on the left, Kim Warwick on the right. We did notice before in the semi-final against Vilas,
1 minute, gentlemen.
Kim was holding his shoulder. Didn't give him any problems with his ground strokes at all, but in the middle of the match this morning, between the two sets, he lost a couple of service games on end, Don, so I guess he would have that in the back of his mind.
Well, when you see Warwick warming up at the far end on his service motion, Peter, you notice he's really testing it out. He's trying to loosen up quickly. Brian Teacher is a very good server. Particularly that second ball has a lot of depth. And Warwick will have to start quickly here because he doesn't want Teacher to climb on top of him. He just lost to him a week ago in Sydney, in New South Wales, 7-5, 6-4.
Ladies and gentlemen,
will weigh heavily
the
on his
Marlborough
mind.
Australian Open Men's Singles Championship. Final match between K. Warwick of Australia and B. Teacher of the United States of America. The best of 5 12-point tie-break sets. Teacher won the toss and has elected to receive in the first game.
That's an interesting tactic.
He's going to test out Warwick's shoulder right at the start. The pressure will be enormous at the outset for both players. They're not used to playing a final of a Grand Slam championship, and this is their biggest match career-wise for either player, and they'll feel the pressure. I think the crowd here will be very much for Kim Warwick, naturally, as the Australian possible winner. But it's a very fair crowd. Let me hasten to add, Peter Rennert 2 days ago mentioned how he liked playing here, as does Brian Teacher, because the Australian crowd is so knowledgeable. They're very fair-minded. They love their sport. They cheer for their local players, but they're very fair.
A little bit different to playing in the Foro Italico.
It certainly is. And the line calling here has been excellent all week. I know, Peter, one of my great friends here in Australia, Ted Harris of Ampol, is watching today, and he's a great rooter for the Aussies. He'll be cheering for Warwick, I'm sure. Ted used to do the play-by-play commentary at Forest Hills a number of years with his good friend Jack Kramer.
Oh, yeah.
Linesman ready.
And he's watching in Sydney
Ball
today, I
boys ready.
suspect.
Players ready. Play.
Kim Warwick to serve, first game, first set.
Out. 15 love.
Remember, Brian Teacher is always a slow starter, and Warwick should get right into it in this first set.
Out. 15 all.
That's the dangerous teacher forehand that he can go either side with.
$30-15. Oh,
Special guest commentator for the Seven Network during the Australian Open is former US Davis Cup captain, one of the men responsible for organising the
out.
ATP, Donald Dell.
40-15.
And it is great to have you with us once again, Donald. We appreciate your comments.
Well, Peter, it's fun to be back. Appreciate Channel 7 inviting me out. I love coming out this time of year, and the tennis is always very exciting. We have a real chance for the first time in 3 or 4 years to have an Australian champion in Kim Warwick, and let's see what happens.
Out. Game Warwick, 1 game to love, first set.
Well, a very good start for Kim Warwick, holding his opening serve. He was under a lot of pressure after teacher put him into bat, as it were, winning the toss and then saying, OK, you can serve first. Let's see what you can do, because I'm sure Brian did notice that in the match earlier today, the uncompleted semi-final, Kim was having the odd difficulty with his shoulder. He did tell me before that he injured it some 5 days ago. Kim told me that the shoulder did go on him some 5 days ago, but he said don't make mention of it during the on-court interview. He said you can mention it during the final. He didn't want Brian Teacher to get any advance information.
Always thinking is Kim Warwick. I was very surprised at the way Warwick today handled Vilas's serve. His return of serve off the left-hander was outstanding, very consistent the entire 5 sets. Teacher from the far end, love one.
Love 15. All.
Peter McNamara said earlier in the day that one of the things that bothered him most about Brian Teacher was his great stretching, his length of coverage at the net. And you're going to see that all afternoon. He's very difficult to pass because he's 6'3" and he moves well laterally.
It's pretty hard to lob over too, Don.
Out.
Good shot there by Warwick, disguised it.
15-30. Oh. All. 40-30. Vault. Okay, teacher. 1 game all.
Kim Warwick flexing that shoulder.
First service.
Gary Wilkinson just told me from downstairs that the injury apparently was a muscle in the point of the shoulder. He did have massage treatment for it from the player's masseur Larry Madison.
Love 15.
He did, however, refuse to have pain-killing injections and prefers to battle on the way it is.
Love 30.
And Warwick's got to serve a little bit deeper to the backhand side of teacher. He likes to hit that forehand coming in behind it.
Double fault. Love 40.
In trouble right here in the third game. Missing his first serve frequently. Love 40.
$15.40.
He saves it. A great volley.
30-40.
2 break points saved. He's not out of the woods yet.
Warwick's great strength this tournament has been his deceptive but consistent volleying. Now there, teacher had a play. Warwick didn't put the overhead away.
Deuce.
Very tentative on that lob by Warwick.
Advantage Warwick. Fault. Double fault.
To this game.
Deuce.
He mishit that badly on the toss and 20 feet wide and deep. He backs up that first volley beautifully.
Advantage Warwick. Warwick leads 2-1.
Well, that was a good comeback by Kim Warwick. He looked in all sorts of trouble down love 40 and got himself out of it with some good serving. Still not out of the woods insofar as his first serve is concerned. If he starts getting a few more of those into play, then he will be able to put a lot more pressure on Brian Teacher.
Nothing like winning a love 40 game with 5 points in a row to make your shoulder
Does
feel
help.
better. Because psychologically, he knows he should have lost that game, and he escaped. And I think he'll get better, because I really love the way he backs up his first volleys. He's been awfully, awfully tough in the net, not making any careless errors and volleying very well. I was surprised at last night's play in the second and third sets against the defending champion Vilas. He literally toyed with Vilas, breaking him 4 consecutive times in that final set.
Two games to one. Kim Warwick leading in the first set after holding that service game, not without a struggle, and it's going to be Brian Teacher now the server, and he'll be serving from the Northern or Scotch College end.
Love. 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 Game, Teacher.
Teacher was a little lucky on that
2
overhead.
games all.
Mishit it, but it dropped in.
Brian Teacher, the more comfortable of the pair at the moment on service.
Out. 15, Love.
Last Australian to be successful in this tournament was Mark Edmondson in 1976.
Well,
Before that, John Newcombe beat Jimmy Connors in the final. And the top of the
30
umpires
love.
stand has blown vertical. There it is. Looks like an America's Cup yacht with a spinnaker.
$30-15. Out. $40-15.
Beautiful return. Caught it early.
40-30. Out. Game, Warwick. Warwick leads 3 games to 2.
Better service game from Kim Warwick. With the shoulder warmed up, I guess we could expect that. But Brian Teacher is returning serve at the moment as well as we would expect him to. It's one of the strong points of his game. Played a nice little gem there for that second last ball. Took it early. And really he does make them look so easy, some of those, which is the hallmark of a true champion. And Brian certainly is that. A Grand Slam title, the ultimate goal of both players. Both could achieve that ambition today. Brian Teacher making his way towards the clubhouse end. He'll be the server, down 2-3. So Kim Warwick with a little bit of an advantage on that score anyway, because he was the first to serve. Brian Teacher
Please.
winning the toss, but electing to have Kim Warwick serve in the first game. So Teacher 2-3.
Brian Teacher currently ranked 17th on the ATP computer this week. Kim Warwick 33. Teacher very underrated in the world standings.
15 love.
And that's where Kim will have to take a little better advantage of those second balls. He's got to step in and take some chances because Teacher's got such big arm spread. He volleys well. Here comes. Great touch by Teacher.
30 love.
Oh, Teacher's over.
30-15.
Brian Teacher, Peter, has a very heavily wrapped right ankle, which you can't see.
What's the reason for that, Don?
He hurt his ankle very badly back in about July and sprained it and then chipped a bone on the bottom of his same foot and was really out for 2 months recovering from the bone chip, but he's always wrapped his ankle since. And he hides it well with those tall socks. I noticed it yesterday in the locker room, and it is very heavily taped, the right ankle.
Out.
No call.
40-15.
Kim thought that might be a double. So did I.
It was worth a look, let's put it that way.
Game, Teacher. 3 games all.
I like to see about these two players, Peter, is a great concentration, intensity on both, but no bad actors, no dramatic yelling and screaming on close balls. They just try to play, and they're very good friends.
Oh, well played, Kim Warwick.
Love.
I don't think Kim would admire admitting he is a reformed baddie.
Well, he has certainly been reformed this week.
Love.
And he wouldn't argue also with the fact that he's playing the best tennis of his life. Perhaps not coincidentally.
Out.
Good smart volley by Warwick.
40 love.
point we're making, I think, Peter, is when you look back over the great Australian players, Emerson, Laver, Sedgman, Bromwich, Quist, on and on it went. They were all very good sports, very good competitors, and they weren't jerks on the court. Drops in.
Game, Warwick.
And the Americans respected that greatly around the world, the sportingness of the
Warwick leads 4
Australians.
games to 3.
Yes, Kim had temperament problems for a number of years, but in a couple of press interviews that I've read this week, he has indicated that his recent marriage to Alana, and they have a child on the way, have really settled him down. And Kim is now a very, very popular player amongst the crowds here at Kooyong and at White City and Memorial Drive.
His little boy Kane is 9 weeks old, I think. Either 6 weeks or 9 weeks.
Oh,
I'm not
she's.
sure.
I didn't know she'd had the baby.
Yes, she had. In fact, Kim's mother, I believe, came down this weekend about Thursday
Really?
to help out taking over the babysitting chores so that his wife could come out to the tennis.
Four games to 3, Kim Warwick leading. First set. Brian Teacher is the server.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Love 15.
Still a little swirly on the court. Not heavy wind, but a light breeze. Now Warwick is questioning that call, I think, or the noise from the far side. I can't tell.
9, 9 and 11.
He's wanting to know when they're changing new balls. He thought it was 7.
Out of the court conditions yesterday. We're back to 9 and 11 now.
Ah, they had ball change 7 and 9 for the previous match in which Kim was playing this morning against Vilas. And he is wondering now about the ball change in this one, but it has reverted to 9 and 11.
All. $30-15.
Teacher keeps banging away that first serve.
$40-15.
He said earlier today that he felt Warwick's backhand was the better shot off the return of serve, but he's been serving 75% of the balls to his backhand side.
Game, Teacher. 4 games all.
What happens is a right-hander gets grooved to a certain style of serving. Mostly they serve in down the middle to the backhand and the far outside backhand side in the ad court, and they can't change that rhythm, even though that's Warwick's better return.
Oh.
4-all, Warwick serving.
Love.
Good deep second serve. Warwick in for the touch volley for the winner.
30 love. Love. Okay, Warwick. Warwick leads 5 games to 4. New balls, please.
Well, Kim Warwick's last 2 service games have been the most impressive that he has strung together for the match. Started off a little bit shakily. Second and third games, or third game, he was taken to deuce. Was actually down love 40. He won the 5th game to 30, but in the 7th and 9th games have really served very, very well indeed. So if that shoulder has been causing him any problem, or in fact problems, it's certainly not evident at the moment. Warwick having a few little practices down on the baseline and again holding that shoulder as he prepares to receive service from Brian Teacher. Teacher 4-5.
Out. 15 love.
Very important difference there. You saw that lob by Warwick, a good lob. That would have gone over Vilas's head, but Teacher barely got his racket on it, covered it, and didn't lose control of the net in that last rally.
Tries it again.
Good. Beautiful top spin shot. Caught him off balance.
15 all.
That's the 3rd time in the entire week I've seen anyone lob over Teacher's head. That was a beautifully executed forehand.
I haven't seen that many. That wind really gusting.
30-15.
Big gust from the south came through the stadium as that point was in progress. Blew hats and cushions everywhere.
$40-15. Okay, Teacher. 5 games all.
Very consistent serving by Teacher. He's conceded only 5 points in those 5 service games that he's won. Kim Warwick again trying to loosen that arm up as he prepares to serve. 5-all.
Called good, I think.
I thought that was out. So did
Love
Kim
15.
Warwick.
There's no call by that sidelinesman. And silence means that it's called good.
I thought it was just wide, Don.
It did look wide up here on our angle. Let's see if we can watch it here.
Let's roll it a bit faster.
Teacher will get his shoulder well into this shot. Well, we didn't see
it.
All.
Kim Warwick fished up that little volley, but it dropped in for a winner.
Best service. $15-30.
Off the frame.
Out. 30-all. Well.
Second service was good deep and wide, but Teacher took it on the forehand. Cross court for the winner. Break point.
Here's where Warwick needs that first serve deep. He's got it.
Out. Deuce.
Very deep serve when was most needed.
Out. Advantage Teacher.
First break points the Teachers had since the third game. Kim Warwick, on the other hand, has yet to have one.
Misses the low volley.
Teacher. Teacher leads 6 games to 5.
Well, that's a big breakthrough there for Brian Teacher now. He'll come around and try to hold serve for the first set.
He served fairly well so far, Don. We would expect him to do just that. Hasn't really been in trouble on his service. The most that Kim Warwick has taken off it is 2 points in a game, and that was in the second game of the set. Brian Teacher playing the usual good, solid percentage game that we're used to seeing from him. It certainly would be a great start for him to take out this first set. And it will be Brian Teacher to serve for the first set with a lead of 6 games to 5.
Right, please. Out. 15 love. Out. 30 love.
Teacher having a little quicker walk. He's happy. Warwick slowly unhappy. 2 points from set for Teacher.
Best service. Out. 30-15.
Really good forehand return there by Kim. He steps around.
Two set points.
40-15.
First set to Brian Teacher.
Okay. First set to Teacher. 7 games to 5.
Just that one service break sufficient for Kim Warwick to lose the set
Quiet, please.
when he dropped serve in the 11th game. First game, second set.
Out.
Now
Love 15.
Warwick is talking to the chair umpire, trying to needle that far sidelines, but he thought the ball was out several games ago, and he's still a little upset. At this
15
point,
all.
if Warwick's shoulder is bothering him, he's got to really try to shake it off, because it's easy to feel sorry for yourself when you lose that first set and things aren't going well. Teacher will bear down on you on the second ball. He'll come in closer.
$30-15. $40-15. Game, Warwick. 1 game to love, second set.
View from our Clark mobile crane, parked in the northern car park here at the Kooyong Tennis Centre, and what a magnificent sight it makes today. Warm temperatures, not hot, but of course that southerly wind keeping the temperature down. Not that much wind getting onto courtside, but wind blowing from the clubhouse end as we look at it here up towards our commentary position. Feast of tennis here today on the final day of the 1980 Marlborough Australian Open tournament, part of the 1980 tournament circuit. The first Grand Prix tournament for 1981 begins in Adelaide tomorrow,
Please proceed.
with the Berry Fruit Juice's South Australian Men's Open from Memorial Drive. Kim Warwick, incidentally, is the top seed for that tournament.
15 love.
This crowd, Peter, will erupt if Kim Warwick can get a break here in the second set. They're dying to see the Australian make a match of this. And there's about 10,750 people here with standing room only crowds. It's tremendous.
Out. 30-15.
Warwick somehow seems a little lethargic to me. I don't know whether it's his shoulder or whether he's a little stiff and sore, but he's not quite as jumping around and in it as we've seen all week.
Oh.
Yes, that's a point, but Warwick is, he plays a lot of his matches like that.
He's trying to control his emotions, and he does it by that style.
$40-15.
Here's a good example of Peter McNamara's point this morning. Kim had 3 chances to pass Teacher on that last rally and couldn't get it by him. Finally went to the overhead and lost the point.
Out. Game, Teacher. 1 game all.
One all in the second set. Brian Teacher taking the first 7 games to 5. Warwick serving.
Out. 15 love. $30
Warwick continues to half volley well on this grass court. Rolled hard. He makes that shot look easy, but it's a very tough shot. Flick the half volley.
The wind will carry that way out over the baseline.
40 love.
Come on, Kim.
$40-15. Out. Game, Warwick. Warwick leads 2 games to 1.
Comfortable service game from Kim Warwick. Wind gusting here at the moment, probably stronger than it has done for most of the day.
Interesting shot there where one facing the other with the miracles of modern television.
They're not actually looking at each other.
They're actually about 15 yards apart, but that's a great shot.
Brian Teacher down
Right,
1-2
please.
in the second set. He misses very few of those.
15 love.
I'd like to see Kim Warwick at this point in the match, Peter, try to hit out a little bit more on any Teacher second serve, try to intimidate him a little more and bother his rhythm.
Love.
He certainly is in the groove at the moment. The thing is, Don, he's making very few errors.
And he's getting a lot of first serves in. So you never get to that weaker second serve. And here I think Warwick should step in and go for his shot.
Second service. Love.
Out.
Out. 40-15. Out. Game, Teacher. 2 games all.
And still Brian Teacher keeps up that average of conceding round about 1 point per service game. Kim Warwick yet to break him. In fact, only 1 break of service in the match to date. That was in the 11th game. Kim Warwick dropped and ultimately dropped the first set.
Love 15.
It's a funny kind of match. Both players are happy to see the other one in the finals because Teacher ranked 8, Warwick ranked 14 as this tournament started. You never expected both of these to get through. Tremendous field here with Vilas, Lendl, Clerk, Gerolitis, and Gottfried as your top 5 seeds.
Love 30.
Out, yes.
15-30. All. $40-30.
Old serve.
Out. Game, Warwick. Warwick leads 3 games to 2. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Kim Warwick leading 3-2 in this second set. And Brian Teacher to serve after the movement in the crowd subsides.
Oh. Double fault. Love 15.
Good start now for Kim Warwick. Got a bonus present here, an early double fault, love 15.
Teacher's first of the match, actually.
He needs a couple of good returns here, back to back.
All.
Teacher a little lucky. I thought he hit the ball way on the end of his frame, but it dropped over.
$30.15. Oh.
Some flags or bunting flapping on that garden enclosure.
Out. 40-15.
Not putting any pressure whatsoever on Teacher's second ball. And he's coasting.
That's good.
40-30. Okay, Teacher. 3 games all.
Stan Smith, the former Wimbledon and U.S. champion, told me last year how he hated to play Brian Teacher in tournaments. He said,
I believe that.
I could never get the ball by him, and I've lost him about the last 4 times.
Love.
It's not flashy, not spectacular, but
Effective.
exactly.
And he gets a lot of balls back over the net. Like that.
15 all. Out. 15-30. All. First service.
There's the Teacher. Good return of serve for break point, but not too much on that second ball of Warwick. Just he lays it in there.
Game. Teacher.
He has the break.
Teacher leads 4 games to 3.
First service break of the second set. Kim Warwick dropping service for the second time in the match. And the last time he did that, of course, it cost him a set, namely the first. So Brian Teacher going along very nicely, thank you. And at this stage of our commentary, we welcome back to the commentary position Gary Wilkinson.
Thank you, Peter. Brian Teacher is so solid, I can't believe it.
Very few errors.
9 service games, he's only given up 10 points. You can't beat a guy like that. If you just can't get the points off his serve, you can't win the match.
Wide, please. Wide, please.
Rifled that backhand topspin.
Love 15.
He likes that shot where he can roll it. Must make a stand right here. The critical 8th game. Teacher serving for 5-3.
Second service.
There's the shot.
That's the one he wanted.
He really hit out on that, Gary. Took a chance.
Love 30.
And went for his shot. And he's got to do that a little more to put tremendous pressure on Teacher's second serve, which is his only weak spot.
Oh. Double fault.
Gee. That didn't get anywhere near
Love
it.
40.
You see, he's nervous now. He really feels it because first time he's been in trouble, as you pointed out, he's only lost 10 points in the first 9 games he served. That's
right.
phenomenal. Now he's down 3 break points, and Kim Warwick has a chance.
$15.40. $30.40.
Say this is the biggest point in the match for Kim Warwick to date. He's got to recover here this game if he's going to make a fight of the second set. Third break point. He's got it.
Got it. Made it tough for Teacher. YG made it tough.
Game Warwick, new balls please. 4 games all.
Warwick used the wind nicely there, Gary, because that second ball really started to sail, and Teacher didn't get back quickly enough.
It was lucky Teacher gave him a second chance at the lob, though. He didn't do enough with the first one. Well, he mishit it, I've got to give him that. It didn't come off the racket the way he wanted to. And he was lucky that Teacher didn't kill it dead. Allowed him to get to it, put up the other lob and get the break.
Well, love 15.
The thing about Teacher is that he can cut loose on those returns as well as anybody else that's played in this tournament.
Love 30. $15.30. $30 all.
Teacher was standing so far across to cover the backhand there. Warwick went straight down the middle.
Oh,
Teacher will step around, try to hit a forehand.
Moved well for a big man there.
30-40.
Warwick saw that he was going to reach it, guessed the wrong way. Teacher prodded it down the line. Another break point.
It's long. Teacher knew he had that break right there in his hand as the ball was past Warwick.
Too far past, that was the only problem.
Advantage Warwick.
Good serve.
Out. Game, Warwick. Warwick leads 5 games to 4. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, please.
Teacher serving 4-5. Second set.
Well,
Bad luck, Kim.
love 15.
Now
Second serve, yeah.
he's got his chance.
Match could open wide here for Warwick. Teacher, love 15. Second serve.
All.
Teacher made a very good half volley off that return. He kept it deep.
Out. 30-15.
So the moment is lost for Warwick for the time being. West-southwest breeze getting pretty strong.
All.
Disguised that well. Teacher didn't even make a move for it. 2 points from set for Warwick if he could put it together.
Out.
He went for the shot.
40-30.
It's the right thing to do, I suppose.
I thought Teacher might try to lunge for it and cover that because it was so close, but he couldn't reach it.
Okay, Teacher. 5 games all.
Instead, Teacher has held.
Got to 5-all in the first set. And now 5-all in this set.
Love 15.
Got it 5-all in the first. Teacher put the pressure on and broke Warwick for 6-5, then held to take the set 7 games to 5.
Fault. 15 all.
That's good. Don't believe it.
$30-15.
Watch right here. He uses the wind well. Teacher keeps him back. Now watch. Well, he hit that winner.
$40-15. Out. Out. Game Warwick. Warwick leads 6 games to 5.
I don't know whether we've still got that point that gave Warwick 30-15 in that game. Topspin forehand down the line was sensational. He hit it out of court. Good luck, good management, call it what you will. The breeze just let it drift back in and landed right on the line.
Come back out on the center court here in Kooyong. Ryan Teacher serving at 5-6. He has won the first set 7-5, and if he can hold here, they'll be into the tiebreaker here in the second set. Warwick has picked up his game considerably here in the last 3 or 4 games and has a chance.
Out. 15 love.
A little late on that first return. 4 inches wide.
Out. 30 love. Out. 40 love.
No lapse by Teacher in this service game. He knows he can't afford it.
Out.
Long odds on the tiebreak is coming up.
Double fault. 40-15.
Maybe just a little too anxious. Oh,
40-30.
double fault, a nervous volley.
Everybody gets nervous in tennis. It's a matter of how much when.
Oh,
I take it back. Everybody but Bjorn Borg. He never seems to get nervous. At least you wouldn't know it from his temperament.
out. Game, teacher. 6 games all. Tie break will now be played.
This is the 12-point tiebreaker. We've had all week long. First to 7 points must win by a margin of 2
Right, please.
for the set.
One love, Warwick. Out. 1-all. Two, one, teacher. Three, one, teacher.
Great running loop forehand by Teacher. The big faced racket. And he has a slight edge here in the tiebreaker. 1-3.
3-2, teacher.
Gary, I never played a tiebreaker when I was playing the tour, and the pressure on each point must be enormous, particularly in a final like this.
Balance shifts again. I mean, you wouldn't like to play a 4th set tiebreak like McEnroe and Borg at Wimbledon.
It's the greatest single set I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Any match, anywhere. Warwick fights on gamely here. Hanging in there.
Oh. Four, three, teacher. Four, all. Fault.
I think he missed one. Right on the line.
The ball was a fault.
Oh, the ball was good. Right on the line. No doubt about it.
They're correcting now. The center linesman has allegedly made a correction.
Right, please.
He's correcting his own call.
Correction. I called correction.
The linesman has called correction.
He did call correction almost immediately. The umpire didn't hear, obviously.
Now it's a discretionary call of the umpire.
5 points to 4.
He's given the point. The discretionary point is whether or not Teacher could have got his racket on the ball. He's now awarded the point to Kim Warwick, but neither player is moving. He should play a let, I think, in this case.
Quiet, please.
See it again to see how much play Teacher would have had on the ball.
They certainly tried for it, Gary.
Not within the field. The guy's calling out right in the middle of where I'm hitting.
No, I believe that you would not have put in the ball.
That's cool. He said it right when I'm striking the ball.
I will.
I disagree.
Brian Teacher has a point. He said he called out just as he was trying to return the ball.
If it was an ace or something, I can understand. I had a play on the ball, and he's calling out in the middle.
The racket did touch the ball, then you can't say he didn't have a play on the ball. I mean, he did get the racket to it.
It's a totally discretionary call, though, Gary, of the chair umpire. Now, Kim Warwick is suggesting they play 2, which is very, very nice of him. Awfully big point, 4-all here in the tiebreaker. Umpire's not budging.
Unmoved.
The umpire's not changed. And believe me, Gary, that's happening only because Kim Warwick insisted that you play 2, which you will not see ever again in many places. Tremendous sportsmanship by Warwick.
Fault. Teacher, 5 points to 4.
What a difference it makes.
All the difference in the world now because Brian Teacher can serve out the set and leads 2 sets to love if he wins these 2 points.
Quiet, please. Six for Teacher.
Kim Warwick is steaming. He feels the line should be called quickly and loudly. But he was the one who insisted on playing 2.
Out. Game. Second set for Teacher. 7 games to 6.
Well,
Teacher leads 2 sets to love.
what a sensational turn of events there. In the tie-break to decide the second set at 4 points all. Warwick to serve. A great serve. Split the line down the middle. Brought up chalk. Service linesman flung out the arm and called fault. Corrected himself immediately. The correction wasn't initially heard by the umpire. When it was finally pointed out to him, he ruled in Kim Warwick's favour, claiming that Teacher had no play on the ball. Teacher disputed that. He did get the racket to the ball and claimed the linesman had called fault as he was about to hit it, and that in fact had helped to put him off. The umpire at Kim Warwick's initial suggestion, although they equivocated about it for some time. Warwick said, how about we play two? That's what happened. Warwick lost the point. Warwick lost the tiebreaker. Warwick lost the set.
Bolt.
Have a very tough, inflexible chair umpire, it seems. He's not prone to make a change easily.
Love.
Kim Warwick must really dig in here for that extra competitive drive, or teacher will be home and free.
All. Out. 15-30. First service.
Service ace.
30-all.
When the crowd yelled, play a let on that one. Not likely.
Out. 40-30. Double fault. Deuce. Out. Advantage teacher.
Oh,
Game, teacher. 1 game to love, third set.
teacher really vicious with that volley. Pretty happy to get out of that, I guess. Warwick's been able to put a little pressure on him, but he served up a couple of double faults in recent games, which he hadn't done earlier in the match.
I don't know if Kim Warwick is tired or whether his shoulder bothers him, but he seems slightly lethargic for him.
Warwick serves down 2 sets to love.
15 love.
He was waiting for the out call on that ball. When it didn't come, he looked over his shoulder at the linesman and shook his head. Two sets to love, one game to love. Teacher leading, Warwick serving. Good bowling.
30 love.
Periodically the hand goes up to the right shoulder.
But
he doesn't appear to be feeling it as much as he did in the final set of the semi-final against Vilas.
Beautiful.
30 all. Out. 40-30. Out. Hughes.
Teacher's starting to get more rhythm and confidence on Warwick's second serve, putting him under a lot of pressure here in the opening service game for Warwick, trailing love 1.
Out. Advantage Teacher.
Break point, and he's caught Kim Warwick twice in this game with those returns right to the feet as he was coming into the net.
Game, Teacher. Teacher leads 2 games to love.
Teacher now tries to hold serve here and then swarm all over Warwick for a 3-love lead. Kim must dig in, must return well here this game. Crowd love to see it.
Out. 15 love.
You can feel the uneasiness around the stadium. They know that Warwick's on the brink.
And of course, Brian Teacher will gain more and more confidence as he wins each service game. He's in command.
Out. 40 love. Game, Teacher. 3 games to love. 3rd set.
Capacity crowd at Kooyong, as I think there just about always is for the final of the Marlborough Australian Open each year. 12,000 plus crammed in, total sellout.
But they've been having good crowds all week, Gary.
Yeah, tremendous. Best they've had for a long time. What a program today. First up, we saw Kim Warwick today defeat Guillermo Vilas in a semi-final. Then a double semi, McNamara-McNamee defeating Eddie and Craig Edwards. Now the singles final. 2 sets to love and 3 games to love. Brian Teacher leading Warwick. Warwick serving.
Up. Love 15.
And Kim Warwick certainly looking dispirited after the loss of that second set tiebreak. Most critical umpire's decision affecting the outcome of that.
15 all.
Well, the difference between 5-4 and Teacher serving, or 4-5. And we have seen the results.
Up. 30-15.
I wonder if he had it over again, would Kim Warwick suggest playing 2? Or just sit pat and leave it to the umpire?
Let. First service.
It's fair to say that umpire wasn't about to change it until he intervened. It's very firm. Great touch by Warwick in close.
40-15. $40-30. Teacher leads 3 games to 1.
Kim rubbing his shoulder there, you can see it. Something is definitely bothering him.
Fault. Love 15.
The story with the shoulder is that it's either torn or badly pulled muscle right on the point of the right shoulder, service arm. The initial damage was done 5 days ago in his second round match against John Fitzgerald.
He barely won that in 5 sets after losing 2 tiebreakers.
Here's a chance.
Love 30.
What does Warwick do here? Go for a cold winner?
I definitely would take your chance. I wouldn't try to just play it safe. And I would hope that Teacher misses a first serve. He does. And now this is where Warwick should hit away. Go for your shot. Had a short ball.
15-30.
Still a chance. Does he play percentage or go for it again?
Well, if Teacher gets a first serve, and I think he should block it back, make him volley. There's got to be a lot of nervous tension on Brian, this Teacher. But if he gets that second ball, I'd go for my shot.
First service.
Got to get it in play. Make Teacher volley.
So he's got the second ball.
Out. 30 all.
3 inches, the difference.
So he's still got nothing to lose. Go for a big one here.
$40-30. Out. Game, Teacher. Teacher leads 4 games to 1.
Very subdued atmosphere around the Kooyong Stadium. I mean, you can almost sense that some people are physically hurting. They want so much for Kim Warwick to get back in. They'd give their right arm to have something to cheer about. Warwick's going to serve. Sorry, Don.
Don't forget that Kim Warwick has got to come back out here and play doubles right after this.
That's right.
He's not through yet. I don't know. They'll carry him to Adelaide tomorrow in an ambulance. He's got to play the finals of the men's doubles here. His partner, Mark Edmondson.
Love 15. Love 30.
If he was on the brink before, he's on the precipice now. 1-4, love 30. 2 sets down.
He's got it.
15-30. All. Out. 30-40.
Very dangerous point here for Kim Warwick. Teacher can wrap up this title if he can break here.
Fault.
Brian Teacher will move way around into the doubles alley. He will hit a forehand.
Out.
And he does, but long.
Use.
Good first serve.
Advantage Warwick.
And he saves it.
Game, Warwick. New balls, please. Teacher leads 4 games to 2. Love.
Brian Teacher has a lot more riding on this. He's 13th in the Volvo Grand Prix point standings. If he wins this match 350 points, he moves past Brian Godfrey into 10th spot, and that's worth about another $10,000 to him.
Out. 30 love.
Kim Warwick, on the other hand, is number 26 in the Grand Prix. And if he were to win this title, he moves up to 13th spot, all the way up. So he still would like to turn it around. Right on the line.
40 love. Teacher leads 5 games to 2.
Well, Kim Warwick has battled against adversity today here on the Centre Court Stadium at Kooyong. Overcoming adversity is one thing, but overcoming Guillermo Vilas and Brian Teacher in the same day might be another job altogether.
They come out quickly. Teacher.
Kim Warwick will serve to stay in the match.
He has it. You know, Gary, one of the great things about a title is the former winners. That really makes the quality of the championship. And as you look down the Australian champions, which we'll do in a moment, the honor roll is unbelievable. Ace.
And no pace on the ball at all.
Bad bounce.
30 love.
Such players as Denny Pales, Quist, Sedgman, Savitt, McGregor, Rosewall, Rose, Hode, Cooper, Almedo, Laver, Emerson. Emerson 5 times running, Laver again. That's what makes this a great championship.
40 love.
Brian Teacher's played in 4 finals in Australia in the last 4 years. This could be his first and biggest victory here.
Double fault.
40-15.
Modern day players, Newcomb, Ash, Gerolitis, and of course, Guillermo Vilas. All winners here at Kooyong. And Warwick is really struggling, not putting anything on this first serve.
$40-30. 5 games to 3.
And Warwick lives still.
This is his last stand right here. He must break serve.
Well,
He's got it.
That's a foundation.
love 15.
Can Kim Warwick build on it? Got no choice. He's got to if he wants to stay in here.
Well,
Brian Teacher finished runner-up to Vicar Mayer in the South Australian Classic in '77.
second service.
Was runner-up in the New South Wales Open to Roscoe Tanner later the same year. Runner-up the New South Wales Open 1980 to Fritz Buning. Came back on the wrong side of the net.
And the bridesmaid, Brian Teacher, has yet to become the bride.
Kim Warwick had no chance if that ball had dropped over. Missed his footing in a scramble to get there. How lucky.
Well, 15-30. All. Out. 40-30.
Championship point for Brian Teacher of the United States.
Quiet, please, ladies and gentlemen. Out.
Good return by Warwick. Teacher very nervous. Is pressing to close out the match.
Advantage Teacher.
Teacher will try for a deep spinning first serve to back up Warwick. Great return.
Youth. Advantage teacher.
And that's it. Teacher has won it. In straight sets over a tired Kim Warwick, who is really not up to his best. We don't know exactly for sure why, but something is bothering him, and the right shoulder looks suspect.
Set. Championship. Teacher. 3 sets to love. 7-5, 7-6, 6-3. Thank you, linesman. Thank you, Gordon.
Well-deserved applause for Kim Warwick and Brian Teacher for a great match, but especially for Brian Teacher winning the Australian Championship. But the crowd, I think, a little crestfallen. For Kim Warwick. I noticed, Donald, that when Kim walked across, threw the racket down and went to put that warm-up jacket on, he had difficulty getting his right arm into the sleeve.
Well, he's still got to come back and play the doubles here in a moment. Mark Edmondson, his partner, in the locker room, I'm sure, waiting to play against McNamee and McNamara. Of course, in doubles, it's not quite as much pressure, Gary, on his serve. He can get away with a bad shoulder in doubles a little bit easier. His partner can help him. The net.
I guess there'll be some advice sought and some attention given to Warwick's right shoulder when he gets into the locker room, but definite difficulty when he put that warm-up jacket back on, trying to get his arm into the sleeve. And as we observed through different stages of this match and in the final set earlier of his semi-final against Guillermo Vilas, certainly appeared to cause him a great deal of discomfort and inconvenience. But Brian Teacher was a most difficult opponent and would have been under any circumstances. Just so solid, so tough, gives up so few points. It's almost impossible to get past him, and yet returns so well he can do you tremendous damage at the same time, and that's exactly what he did to Kim Warwick today. Served with great strength, great consistency, great accuracy, and when the occasion demanded, ripped off some almighty returns that left Kim Warwick standing, and the championship rightfully is his. Brian Teacher of the United States, a straight sets victor over Kim Warwick of Australia, 7-5, 7-6, 6-3, tie-break score, 7 points to 4, and I guess we should mention that again, that at 4-all in the tie-break on Kim Warwick's serve. Big serve down the middle, brought chalk, called a fault by the linesman, who corrected. Umpire didn't hear the correction. And when it was ultimately pointed out to him, when pressed upon him, he ruled, and it is his discretion, ruled the point in Kim Warwick's favour and called it 5 points to 4. Brian Teacher was shocked, felt that he had a play on the ball, did get the racket to the ball, and that the linesman had called just as he was about to hit it. Kim Warwick then intervened and suggested that perhaps, being the umpire's discretion, they should play 2.
And that was the turning point, Gary.
That was the turning point, because the umpire up until then had been so solid and so firm in his decision. But at Kim Warwick's suggestion, and after mulling it over for a few moments, He went along. Warwick played 2, lost the point. 5-4 teacher. He served it out. 7 points to 4, 2 sets to love. He's taken the third set, 6-3, and the championship. Here's Peter Landy.
Ladies and gentlemen, to make the official presentations to the runner-up and the winner of the Marlborough Australian Open for 1980, it's my pleasure now to introduce the President of the Lawn Tennis Association of Australia, Mr. Brian Tobin.
Mr Howard, President of the Victorian Tennis Association, Dr Foster, President of the LTAV Kooyong, Mr Hamilton Hurley, Chairman of Philip Morris, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I guess all of you would want me to say how much we've appreciated watching Brian and Kim playing today. It's been a great final, and believe me, they've had a very tough week getting there. Those that have been watching during the week will know that they've had some extremely hard matches, and I guess they were both feeling a little tired today, but we do congratulate them for their efforts. Kim, I think, has had many good performances. He's recently been the winner of the South African Championships and has now reached the final of the Australian Open. And Kim, we're looking for great things from you because I have a feeling you're just reaching peak. Brian, I don't know what more we can say about you. We really do congratulate you. You've won the Australian title. You've been out here several times before, and I think have been runner-up several times before in our major events. And I'm sure you, as well as we, are very pleased that you finally cracked it, and our congratulations go to you. I do think that we're completing today what has been probably the most successful Marlborough Australian Open, and probably the most successful Australian Open in history. And I say that because of probably 2 key factors. I think this year the players, the top players in the world, have supported our events. This field this year has been great, and the depth of player has been really quite tremendous. And you will have seen so many of the big names and the big seeds falling during the week. You will realise that not only have there been some great seeded players, but a lot of depth of talent in this championship. And I'm glad to see that the players, as we are now recognising this really as one of the 4 Grand Slam tournaments in the world. May I say that the other factor and the other highlight, I think, of this tournament and our season has been the incredible response, support and interest of you, the tennis public, and of the media that have supported us during this summer, particularly Channel 7, who brought it throughout Australia. But really, we are very gratified at the way that the season has gone, and we thank you all for your great support. Naturally, I'm sure that all the people who have worked so hard to make the event a success are also gratified, and I want to personally express my thanks to people such as our tournament director, Colin Stubbs, our tournament committee headed by Jeff Kerr, referee Jim Entig, umpires, ball boys, usherettes, in fact everybody that has been around here working so hard for the last 10 days. May I particularly say how much I appreciated the way the LTAV have presented us with a beautiful stadium, grounds and courts, and Robert Harkos and your boys have really done a great job on the courts, and we do thank you for giving us the stadium. And finally, of course, I would never forget the contribution made by our sponsors, Marlborough. This is the 8th year that Marlborough have supported the Australian Open, and I hope they now think that it's been worthwhile, because we have very much appreciated the support to tennis that they have provided, and I've said this to Hamilton Hurley. I'd like to say it publicly. Thank you, Hamilton, for your help in promoting Australian tennis. And I think it's certainly time for me now to introduce to you Hamilton Hurley, who would like to present the all-important cheques to our runner-up and winner. Mr. Hamilton Hurley, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. President, honourable ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Well, again, it gives me great pleasure to be here today and have the opportunity of presenting the cheque or cheques to the winner and the runner-up. Perhaps I could borrow the phrase, it's been an apple for the teacher. Brian, I think Gary mentioned in introducing you that it is the 5th Grand Prix final in a row. You've been in Hong Kong, Taipei, Bangkok, Sydney and now here. And it's certainly great to see you on this occasion be victorious and congratulations. Kim, it wasn't to be, but as the runner-up, I trust that this will stand you in good stead and that it will not be the last time that you're on centre court in a Marlborough Australian Open. Just before calling the players forward to make the presentation, I'd just like to add, on behalf of the Marlborough Company, my appreciation and endorsement to the words spoken by the President, Mr. Tobin. To all those people who have cooperated and so magnificently have given of their time so unsparingly to make this such a marvellous tournament. To you all, and of course to players, Australian, overseas, to the spectator public, we thank you all very much. Now, I understand that Kim has got to make a fairly quick exit, so therefore, with your condolence, Brian, I would ask the runner-up to come forward and accept the cheque as runner-up.
Kim. Guillermo Vilas and Brian Teacher, just a little bit too much in the one day.
At least I won one match on the final day of an Australian Open.
You were having a lot of trouble with your shoulder serving. I can ask you about it now. You preferred I didn't mention it before. What is the problem?
I just heard it a bit beginning of the week and it's just been getting a bit sorer each day, but it's pretty tough to play a brick wall. I mean, 2 times in 2 weeks I've played the guy and I've only got about 3 past him so far.
How important was that tie-break point in the second set?
It was pretty important. I would have liked to have gone to 5-4. I think I would have won the point if the umpire maybe hadn't have made that decision.
Well, these things happen during the course of a match. Let me, on behalf of everyone here, congratulate you on reaching the final, and can we say good luck in the doubles?
Thank you.
Kim Warwick.
And now to our winner, Brian Teacher.
You're not getting away so easily, Brian. There's an old saying, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, and I guess you were going along with it up until now.
What do you mean, not winning?
Not winning, getting to the final and being the runner-up.
Well, I think it helped me a little bit that Kim's shoulder was a little bit sore today, so I'm not complaining about that.
You're a very modest champion. You really must have been very impressed, though, with your own form during the week. You told Donald Dell in a pre-match interview you had been working on your service, and along with the rest of your game, it functioned perfectly today.
Well, yeah, I felt I played well all week, and I'm just happy I could win this tournament. I never would have imagined that I would win the Australian Open, and just until today, just until today, I never would have imagined that I would have ever won the Australian Open, and I feel really fortunate and at the same time lucky to have won it.
Well, again, you're being very modest. Congratulations on behalf of all of us here. We do hope that you can come back next year and defend it.
Thank you.
And don't go away, Brian. We'd like you to accept the trophy for winning the Marlborough Australian Open. And I'd now like to call upon Mr. Kevin Howard, the President of the Victorian Tennis Association, to present you with the trophy for winning the Victorian Singles Championship, because it goes along with the same title. Mr. Howard. Again, our congratulations to Brian for winning the singles title in the Marlborough Australian Open. The doubles final is our next match on centre court, ladies and gentlemen, and pending an announcement from the referee when that match will get underway. In how long, Jim? 6 minutes. 6 o'clock, which is in 30 minutes' time. Ladies and gentlemen, the doubles final in the Marlborough Australian Open for 1980.